We're discussing monitoring spirits and copycats. So Jessica Lamb says it's so obvious too, just like in school, if you call them out, they deny it. So Jessica was responding to a comment that I made about the behavior of copycats and monitoring spirits is just like middle school. It's middle school behavior. That's what it's giving. So when I did call out an ex friend that used to copy everything that I did. In fact, she pointed it out. I do have a story in one of my earlier videos for this series. And I wrote her a lengthy letter telling her how I felt because this was when we were about to go, well, she was about to go to college. I was already at the university that I had chose to go to. But yet she was following me there. But she pointed out that she repeated my entire senior year of high school. She was 1 year behind me. So she was like, I repeated your whole senior year. And then when I reflected, I noticed, like, yeah, she did. So when I called her out on it and wrote her a letter, like, hey, you need to be yourself, she called me delusional. So I responded in written form and I said, like, or they'll call you delusional when you do point them out. So just wanted to get on here and post about this again because who knows who sees whatever. That ex friend, she used to question my outfit. She'd be like, what made you come up with this ensemble? What inspired that ensemble? And then she would try to do some of the same things, and people would call her a whack remix of me. It can be so obvious at some points with people, like when I had already met a lot of people on campus, right? So there was this girl that was in my dorm. I think she was in my dorm 1 year, and the following year she ended up being an RA, and she was an RA in my friend's dorm. So that when that RA met her, she's like, "Oh, you remind me a lot of my friend," and she was talking about me. And it's so weird, right? Because they're like, "Oh," and she just ate that up. Like she was like, "Oh, oh, really?" It's no mystery why someone may remind that person of you. It's because they've mimicked your behaviors because they study them. They do your mannerisms. So, like, the girl was like, "Oh, you guys like have the same mannerisms. You talk alike." Like, no, we don't. We don't talk alike. We didn't talk alike. And she used to say, "Oh, you talk with your hands." She knew me since middle school, so she observed everything that I did, and she always was like, "You talk with your hands." So I see a lot of people talking with their hands on this app, but that's something that she picked up about my mannerisms, and she was trying to incorporate that in how she would speak, I suppose, maybe when I wasn't around. Like people kind of they have the ability to control what they do when they're around you so that you don't see it, but then when they're around others they do it so that they can get that, "Oh, you remind me of such and such." Sometimes these copycats will say, "Oh, I would never wear that," and then behind your back they're trying to put that damn outfit together. Trust and believe. They will also say, "You're weird, you're strange," or like, uh why are you wearing that? They will pick your outfit apart, like, that is hideous, that's ugly, but then yet you turn around, then they're buying the same thing. They're trying to get the same shoes. Like, I used to wear these kind of slipper moccasins that were woven, they were really colorful, and I would wear them around campus. And I had people talk so much trash about those shoes, but when you see them one day pop up with similar shoes and like, that, oh, they were ugly when I wore them. They were questionable when I wore them. But then you're wearing them now. So it goes without saying, you guys, copycats, monitoring spirits are people that you got to be very leery of and stay away from them, because they just want to be you, and they're going to tear you apart. They want to get in your head to try to get you to stop doing something. So then when they start doing it, oh, they're this influencer now, or they're this cool, they have a cool style, or they have a unique style all their own, when it was something that they completely bit off of somebody else. A lot of content creators out here are doing it, so be careful who you're following.